he was so angry that he struck Habil and killed him in one strike. Now, when Kabil killed Habil, he was very confused. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do. He was scared, and he was wondering about uh, with Habil's body, and looking for some inspiration or some answer to what to do next. Assalamu Alaikum. Today I will be sharing the story of the first man on the earth, that was Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. Hazrat Adam alayhi salam was initially living in heaven, then was sent to earth by banishment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We'll dig deep into the story. First, let me start saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created earth, moon, sun, and heaven a long, long time ago. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala felt that his creation was incomplete. So he created a figure of a man, and that figure was named Adam. That figure was a figure only because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had uh, instructed the angels to collect clay from earth, and the figure was created from clay. After 40 years, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to give spirit to the figure, and it was named Adam alayhi salam. Uh, the figure didn't move for again for 40 years. One of the uh, one of the angels, or there is a slight misconception here. Some consider Iblis or Shaitan angel, while other consider Iblis or Shaitan a very knowledgeable and a very pious jinn. So in that case, Iblis saw the figure, and he was scared of the figure. Um, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as I told earlier, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave spirit to the figure. When the spirit reached, or the ruh reached the head, the figure sneezed. When the spirit reached eyes, the figure saw all of the benevolent things by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala around it. And when the spirit or the ruh reached the stomach, the figure, or Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, as we might call it, uh, felt very hungry, as they have already, as the prophet has already seen all the fruit and all the food lying around. He leapt toward them without the spirit reaching its leg, the figure's leg, or Hazrat Adam's leg. So the figure fell down. At that time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructed all of his creations, all the angels and all the pious saints, to bow before Hazrat Adam alayhi salam as a sign of respect. This, at this moment, Iblis decided to not bow down to the figure of Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, or the Adam alayhi salam himself, defying the orders of the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah Ta'ala was pretty angry with Shaitan at this. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala was very angry with Iblis for this. Um, Iblis was very egotistical. Although he had achieved a certain rank, certain standard of piousness, but he was very egotistical. So, because he initially thought that because he was made out of fire, because of the Iblis being belonging to the jinn class of the creations, he was superior than the human made out of clay. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was furious and banished Iblis from heaven. Iblis, after this incident, Iblis is more commonly called as Shaitan, and he has a lot of followers as well. I will talk about that later in detail. Um After his banishment, Shaitan was kind of pretty pissed. with the human beings because of the creation. The human being, he was banished from uh, his heaven, or the heaven he was in. Uh, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught Adam alayhi salam all the names of the fruits and the animals, peacock, lion, hens, and all fishes, all of the names of the animals and fruits and everything. In the heaven, Adam alayhi salam was allowed to eat anything and everything except for one fruit of one tree. The tree was called the tree of knowledge, and it was forbidden for Adam alayhi salam to eat from it. Um, Adam alayhi salam enjoyed his life in heaven for a long time, but after some time, he got lonely because he was only the human he was only the human in heaven at that time. There were animals in the heaven, but there was no other human being at that time in the heaven. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala realized what Adam alayhi salam was feeling because he is the all-knowing. So he decided to give him a wife. So that day, when Adam alayhi salam was sleeping, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the first woman. And when the Prophet woke up the next day, he was very happy to see a fellow human being, and that two of opposite gender. The woman was named Hawa. Both lived in heaven for a long time, for a long, long time. In this period, Shaitan, or Iblis as we call him, was still furious and still angry and still plotting and still thinking about his revenge against the humanity or the entire race of human beings. So he thought uh, th- a lot of time has passed, and probably both or Adam alayhi salam may have forgotten what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructed him not to do. So one day he snuck into the Jannah or the heaven, and tricked Adam alayhi salam and his wife into eating the fruit of the forbidden tree, which was explicitly forbidden by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But as Adam alayhi salam and Hawa started eating the fruit, they realized what grave sin they have committed. They felt remorse, they felt shame, they were very sorrow, and they were afraid of the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came to know about this incident of the eating of the forbidden fruit, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala banished both of them to earth. Adam alayhi salam realized that it was going to be very hard to live on earth after living in the heaven for quite a long time. He had to build houses, he had to plow fields, and he had to fight for his survival. Hawa, after some time, Hawa gave birth to twins, a boy and a girl. The boy was named Habil. Uh, After another span, uh, there was another birth again of twins. This time the boy was named Kabil. As time grew, both the Habil and Kabil took up new things and new skills. Kabil took to farming, and Habil took to managing livestock and became a shepherd. They were pretty much experts in their respective fields. Habil and when Habil and after some time, Habil and Kabil became adults, and when they become adult, Hazrat Adam alayhi salam decided to get them married, since there were no human beings, other human beings or other tribes or other families present at the moment on earth. According to the traditions at that time, the Islamic traditions at that time, it was decided to marry Habil's twin sister to Kabil, and Kabil to Habil's twin sister, and the other way around, because there were no other families or the tribes present at the moment. There was an argument regarding this. Hazrat Adam alayhi decided to settle the argument by offering a sacrifice to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. and whoever's sacrifice got accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would marry Qabil's sister. uh, Habil, being a shepherd, uh, put forth his best lamb for the sacrifice. Qabil was obliged to do the same. As he was a farmer, he had to put the best fruit and the best or the best vegetable or the best grain for the sacrifice, but he didn't do so. Because of that, Habil's sacrifice was accepted, and Qabil's sacrifice was not accepted. And the original decision of marrying Habil to Qabil's twin sister, and Qabil to Habil's twin sister was held. Qabil was not happy with this situation, and he was pretty much angry to the extent that he wanted to kill Habil. So, as a situation arose that one day uh, Habil was late to come home, Hazrat Adam alayhi salam decided to instruct Qabil to go in search for Habil, and told him the Qabil to go search for Habil. When Qabil went out and he met Habil, he confronted him about the situation and about the decision of marriage and everything involving that certain situation, that specific situation. Uh, Habil, upon hearing this, said that only the sacrifices of those people who fear Allah are accepted. Qabil was angry at this, and he took up a stone, showing his intention to attack or harm Habil. At this, Habil again said that even if you Habil said this to Qabil, that even if you stretch your arm to harm me, I'm not going to reciprocate it. I'm not going to harm you because I fear Allah. Uh, Qabil, upon hearing this, was more furious, further angered, and he was so angry that he struck Habil and killed him in one strike. Now, when Qabil killed Habil, he was very confused. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do. He was scared, and he was wandering about with Habil's body, and looking for some inspiration or some answer to what to do next. He came across two crows sitting on tree, and they were fighting with each other. When one crow got killed by the other crow and fell down to the earth, the other crow dug a hole and put the dead crow's body in it and covered it up with dirt. This gave Kabil an idea about what to do with Habil's body, so he repeated the process that was done for the dead crow and buried Habil's dead body in ground. This was the first burial of a human being on earth. Um Kabil was ashamed because of the killing and because of the burial, and he couldn't go back to the family. Hazrat Adam alayhi salam was a pious man, and he was a very intelligent man, and he realized that what has transpired, what has happened. So he felt sorrow and he mourned the loss of Kabil because he was misled by Shaitan at the time and was angry, and in his anger killed Habil and the physical loss of his other son Habil. Adam alayhi salam warned his remaining children of the repercussions of not following Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's words. So after a long time, Adam alayhi salam had a lot of children, and when he realized that his time was near, he selected a successor from his family and appointed him as the chief for the family.